One night, I was hanging in my garage playing video games. Had the door open about halfway. I noticed someone walking on the driveway across the street from me. Having cars broken into recently, I started to watch. I noticed it wasn't a human. It was a 5-foot-tall gray. It walked in an odd manner. It initially was very jerky in the beginning of its steps, or moving its arms, then had a smoother movement at the midway of the stride. I watched it walk up and down the driveway, and it seemed to be looking at and under the cars. I had frozen in place watching, and felt a sudden jolt of uneasiness and went to grab at a firearm I kept near me. It seemed to notice me around that time and ran, but as it ran to the other driveway, it morphed into a deer and jumped very high over a parked truck on that next driveway over. I just sat there for a while and couldn't figure out if I was tripping or if that was a gray alien that morphed into a deer. Apparently, it's not all that uncommon for them to turn into a deer or owl or moose. Around that time, my neighbor had seen a very large owl that was hanging in a tree near my window. He claims it had a wingspan of 10 feet easy, was 3 times larger than the owl that was with it that had a 3 or 4 foot wingspan. Also, a few months later, we both saw a large UFO shaped like a sunflower seed diamond, like a star destroy, but with a much sharper and some other angle at the rear. It was a dark gray gunmetal color and had a green/blue/purple/orange kind of aura glowing on the underside. We watched it hover for about an hour, and he went into bed. I stayed up and watched until daylight, and at some point it just seemed to fade into the dawn light and vanish.